Throughout your life you've been taught to embracing emotions as a beacon, believing it was the right path to follow. No one whispered to you about the back of that currency where emotions, uncontrolled conditions can undermine lucidity and the wise decisions that forge your well-being. You fell into the trap of taking elections that didn't really pay for your flourishing because you thought it was the right thing to do in that ephemeral moment, and when you least noticed it over the years, slipped through your fingers, fading into the mists of the decisions. The more emotional you long for a fulfilled life, of fullness, a life where this torment. Don't let me tell you a secret. You're in the right place where the wisdom is on the horizon. Today we will delve into why the path of the emotionality may not be the one you want. You long for when this journey is over. Perspective will have been transformed and you will be. It will lead to the future you long for. The one who rides the storm of the emotional intended snatch you from the Stoic gaze. Emotions are the protagonists in the theater of a human being's life. The Stoics, rooted in their philosophy, passionately advocate the need for remain calm and discerning in amidst the churning waves of the existence. Hold that emotions runaway events become a challenge in the search for the self-mastery and wisdom. For the Stoic sages, emotions are revealed as a direct result of our judgments and perceptions about the world around us, are not the circumstances themselves, which they snatch us away in their turbulence of anguish, rejoicing, or fury, but ours interpretations and responses to these same circumstances. In this revelatory understanding emerges the need for take the helm of our emotions and work on the taming of our reactions. It is necessary to emphasize that the philosophy in its depth does not advocate the coldness or extinction of the emotions, but by the sublime apathy in the Stoic universe. Apathy manifests as the ability to feel emotions with a balance and control. Exquisite, this entails the recognition that parcels exist, unattainable for our influence. Therefore, excessive concern lacks of meaning. Instead of giving in to fury, injustice, or the lament for inevitable losses, the Stoics, they yearn to maintain a serenity, unwavering understanding that his power lies in the government of its people. Answers. The Stoic with passion nourishes the seed of virtue. Self-discipline, a journey that involves skillfully steer the tides of their emotional responses, navigating the waters of reason and wisdom instead of being swept away by the whirlwinds. Passionate about this, self-discipline reveals itself as a path to tranquility and inner peace through of the constant dance of reflection and self-assessment. Stoic style the improving their judgment and forging a more enlightened insight into life. Being emotional from the Stoic gaze, it implies not being a puppet of the circumstances, but driver with firmness of the reins of their own responses, rather than allowing the waves of emotion sweep him away. Stoic longs for the sharpness of the thought and emotional serenity. This ability to maintain fortitude and calm becomes a priceless treasure in times of tribulation, granting the individual the ability to face challenges with grace and fortress unflappable. Now unfold before you 7 paths by those who being emotional sows shade about your life, obstructing the way towards your most exalted version, and at the same time I'll guide you on how to unveil the light that lights the path to the resolution, so that this enigma does not cloud more you. Existence 1, the path of dominion in the vast theater of life, absence of self-mastery. It is presented as a challenge that countless souls face, with a profound impact on every decision and act when emotions are. It's like a storm that drags you into recklessness and impulsive decisions that over time plunge us into the lament. This emotional imbalance obscures our judgment and leads us down paths of impulsivity instead of reflection. Serene yet in this dark forest, the light of self-mastery shines like a lighthouse. Here you can learn the dance with the emotions on the threshold of his fury are. Find the pause between the stimulus and the answer, where the mysteries of our own emotions in this corner. The art of self-discipline and self-reflection are. He becomes our ally like a teacher. Painter takes the canvas of the tumultuous emotions, and a brush stroke of the reflection used here is weaves the tapestry of self-reflection, where the reasons behind our emotions become clear and the possible the consequences of our actions are sat as with serenity instead of giving in to impulse. The path of reflection and decision-making. Conscious in this search for the self-mastery becomes a beacon that guides our decisions in the light of wisdom and reason. Is the art of face the storm calmly, turn impulsivity into serenity, and to mold the clay of life into a masterpiece of self-discipline. This noble art involves resist the ephemeral temptations and instead choose with discernment and reflection. With the self-mastery palette, every choice becomes a stroke of wisdom, and self-discipline is how the self is forged interior with temple and forges the ability to navigate with serenity in the ever-changing sea of life. Emotional burnout. It's an experience that can be exhausting as you deal with it with intense emotions, exerts both physical and emotional impact. Like the waves that erode a coastline over the course of this emotional fatigue can undermining the ability to cope with the everyday adversities, turning the process of dealing with situations in an even greater challenge. Exposure. Intense emotions can trigger a series of effects. Secondary effects seeping into health, both in body and spirit. Like a river that wears away over time. Stones. This includes exhaustion, persistent stress and fatigue. Chronicle that defies the vitality. These effects can muddy mental clarity and make it difficult to concentration, weaken the ability to make wise decisions, to hinder the problem solving and making it difficult to managing responsibilities. Like clouds that nourish you in them. To address this situation and restoring emotional balance it is imperative to find time to practices that act as a balm for, like the morning dew that renews life in a sleeping garden. Meditation, for example, stands as a jewel prized in the search for the self-control and the channeling of emotions as you enter the Introspection can be explored. Roots of emotions like who searches the depths of your being and understand more clearly how manage them in a healthy way. Mindfulness, on the other hand, opens the door to presence in the instant. Present as the return to an oasis of peace. This practice has the power to dispel stress like the gentle breeze that dissolves the clouds and recharges the emotional energy like a spring that nourishes the spirit. 3 emotions that govern decisions are emotions as winds that stir the sea. Influence deep in the compass of our choices can easily be nominated by the crystal of our judgment and take us away by impulsive currents instead of allow us to navigate thoughtfully towards the horizon of the consequences to long-term. This emotional influence, it can color our decisions at times, stripping it, enduring when our emotions take the helm, and often immune variables dictate the course, resulting in choices guided by the spur of the moment instead of a glance to the facts and the multiple paths available as a last resort. It can bring unintended consequences, like unexpected storms that affect both our well-being and success. That haunts our heart long timeline. To meet this challenge, we must embark on an inner journey towards informed decision-making in reason and a serene analysis. As alchemists of our choices, it is essential to distill our emotions from the elixir of decision-making, thus allowing the lens of the objectivity illuminate the facts and reveal the shadows of long-term implications. In this journey, the development of such an ability stands as the beacon that leads us to more enlightened choices, according to our longings, tracing a trajectory that minimizes impact of the emotional tides at the helm of our life. Is ultimately practice is the art of sailing with the lucidity as a North Star recalls also that we should not make decisions important when our soul is in storm. Wait like a prudent sailor for the emotional winds calm down and the inland ocean regain its serenity. Will allow us to address those decisions with a compass of clarity. Then, like a wise captain, we will be able to make decisions that resonate with the melody of our deeper dreams without the momentary emotions be the sirens to drag us to the reefs of the misfortune. For conflicts, interpersonal overflow of emotions are like a storm that can eroding our relationships, becoming a mighty river of conflicts that subdued the foundations of our coexistence with friends, family, colleagues, and acquaintances. At these murky waters, our reactions, they often become tempestuous and inappropriate as raging waves that crash into the cliffs of the communication. At this time of emotional storm, our impulses and words often become like fiery lightning that sets the landscape of relationship, leaving scars on the terrain of the. However, we can learn to be guardians of our emotions, steering the storm into the calm. Why? Instead of creating conflict by cultivating a garden of harmony and understanding in our relationships. The art of management emotional guide us through this, allowing us to be beacons of serenity in the midst of storms, lighting the way to relationships gentler and enriching things to remember that our words and actions can be like caresses of a gentle breeze instead of devastating lightning bolts if we learn to navigating our emotions wisely and compassion to meet this challenge. We must learn to listen as if we were guardian angels of the whispers of the soul of others, listening to his words with ears awakened in hearts. Understanding in doing so, we painted a comprehension bridge across the river of the differences connecting the shores of perspectives and emotions in this dance of souls too. It is essential that our words are like gentle breezes caressing the waters of communication with serenity and respect. In this way we weave a canvas, open and effective exchange where our words are brushstrokes of I respect and appreciate this journey towards managing our emotions in the human relationships allow us to sculpt strong connections and foster a communication that is celestial music in noise place, discordant in learning to be guardians of emotional harmony in our relationships. We reap the harvest of enriched links and understanding deep with those who share our path. 5. Mental rigidity. Mental rigidity is like a bridge that it has been built with bricks of emotions and beliefs hardened by the time. This bridge, though firm, can limit our ability to move forward and explore the vast territories of the knowledge and self-transcendence. When our emotions become in chains that bind our minds to a fixed point, our wings of learning, they look restricted. We become like trees, rooted in one place, unable to dance with the breeze of change and innovation. To overcome this rigidity, we must learn to let go of the emotional chains and open our minds to the constant flow of new ideas and perspectives. In this act of liberation, we found the golden key that unlocked the doors of wisdom and personal evolution, allowing us to sailing the seas of knowledge with the freedom of an untethered boat in the path of life. To be stripped of the mental rigidity is like taking off the sails of a ship in a sea. Infinity means allowing the breeze of change caresses our being and drive towards horizons strangers. To embrace the mental flexibility, we must be willing to challenge our own foundations and allow the waves of the knowledge us flood. Listen with empathy, open the doors of our perception and explore the vastness of other people's ideas. Are how to collect shells and treasures in the shore of the thought. On this journey of self-discovery and evolution, we forge a spirit that adapts gracefully to the tides of life, always ready to explore new horizons and embrace the diversity of experiences like this. Our minds, beacons of wisdom, and our souls in brave navigators in the vast ocean of existence. 6. Excessive worry. So you can't control how fireflies in the night. Often our excessive worry flickers in the darkness of the uncertain, is like a furious wind that stirs the leaves of our being, robbing us of calm and approach without offering us anything in return. Instead of losing our inner light in the unattainable, we can choose to illuminate our path with wisdom, to accept that there are horizons uncontrollable is like letting go of the strings of a balloon rising like this. We release our energy and our mind to focus on the stars that shine in our particular sky. We transform our concerns into focusing our gaze on what we can touch, change and improve. When we do, our steps become steadfast and our actions are become bridges to a future in that we are the creators, not mere spectators. Like the river that flows without cease, meditation and mindfulness offer us a serene refuge in the relentless current of time, in between of the maelstrom of worries that surrounds the unattainable. These practices, they invite us to immerse ourselves in the present, like a navigator diving into the deep water and quiet here right now. Atonal, we find peace, and peace strengthen concerns about the future fades away like the waves that they fall apart on the shore, and in place we found a precious gift of life, just as it is, without judgment or anxiety at the same time. Learn to be aware of the moment. Our present existence is filled with brighter colors and more sounds. The uncontrolled emotions that once we were caught in spirals of worry yields to stillness and mental clarity. In this calm, rediscovering energy and attention that we need to weave the threads of our destiny. 7. Lack of peace of mind. Indoor in the garden of life, inner tranquility is the most beautiful flower, the one whose scent and color they fill our being with beauty. However, when the storms emotional lash out at this flower, leaving us in the darkness of the turmoil and internal discord, but in every storm resides a lesson, profound truth that the Stoic sages have welcomed with love. Understand that the emotions are like passing clouds. As long as our essence remains constant in the mirror of reflection, we discover that our passions are ephemeral and that we are the guardians of inner peace. Thus, learning to contemplate life from the top of the hill of serenity, we are able to navigate the waters churning with the grace of a sailboat that braves the storm. In this stillness we find wisdom and peace of mind that guide us to the full realization as the most important jewel in the world, precious of the treasure of life. The inner tranquility shine like a star in the night, guiding us in our journey to truth and truth. Serenity in the ballet of life, dance of emotions immerses us in a whirlwind, but we can be the ones choreographers of our own peace. Every a reminder that the emotions are like the waves that see the arrive and retreat. With each breeze of self-mastery we polish the stone of peace of mind. Inside, this fortress allows us to gracefully navigate the changing waters of existence. In every reflection of the soul we discover the mysteries that nest in we, like the stars in the night. Peace and wisdom guide us in the journey of self-reflection and self-discovery. With every sunrise we turned it into the masterpiece of our own existence, painters of the calm and architects of the wisdom. In the Stoic's corner, life is tinged with deep colors, where the canvas of the soul is painted with reflection and self-mastery. Every emotion is like a melody at a concert, inside a note that's part of our human symphony, but it shouldn't drag us in a gale of imbalance. The Stoic sages, rooted in this age-old philosophy, appreciate the art of maintaining the serenity and virtue on the stage of. Life doesn't deny emotions. But they take them by the hand, they guide them in. A dance of balance and sanity in the horizon of inner peace navigate with. A serene heart and a wise mind. Where every wave of emotion is just a fleeting sigh with as sailors of existence face storms. With courage emerging stronger and glowing. This approach doesn't just paint life with richer and deeper colors, but it also weaves a tapestry of virtue and balance that embraces challenges with strength and endurance. In this symphony of life, every note, even the most, contributes to the harmony of the. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We invite you to explore the Stoic philosophy, to be the author of your destiny, a painter of inner peace. I say goodbye, but not before reminding you I'm Stoic. How about you?